Last week, class, we only have a few more lessons left to do videos for, and our school year's winding down. I miss you. Alright, we are working with money today. Here is our math message 9.8. If you had 2 quarters, 5 dimes, 4 nickels, and 7 pennies, how much money is this? And then write the total down. So if you have some money, I want you to collect those. So two quarters, 5 dimes, 4 nickels, 7 pennies. And pause the video and do the math on that and write down what your total is. I'm going to collect my money. 2 quarters. So let's do the math on this. What was your answer? Did you say that you had 1.27 or $1.27? Good job. Let's see how you did that. So 2 quarters. We know that 2 quarters, that is worth how much? Good job. 50 cents. And we have 5 dimes. How much are 5 dimes worth? Good job. 50 cents. And how much are 4 nickels worth? $5, $10, $15, $20. Good job. 20 cents. And we had 7 pennies, so that is worth 7 cents. And all we're going to do is just add all that together. Okay? So how much is 50 plus 50? Good job. 100. And a 20 plus 7 is 27. So some of you may have written it as 127 cents, or some of you may have written it as $1.27. And that is what we're going to be talking about today. We're going to be talking about using symbols when it comes to money. So let's look at our math target for today. 9.8 math target says I can solve word problems using dollar bills, quarters, dimes, nickels, and pennies. I can write unit of money correctly, so it's got to be correct. All right, and that's what we're going to talk about, how to how to write that money amount correctly. Going back to our math message earlier, I told you that some of you may have written it $1.27, or for us to write it $1.27. Okay, when you're using the unit of money, which is cents or dollars, you put the cent sign on the end of the money amount, and no dollar sign is used. When you are using this dollar sign, you have to use the dollar sign and the decimal point. This dollar sign tells you how many dollars you have, so we had 1. And this decimal place separates your coin amount. So this right here for $1.27, this lets me know that I have 2 tens and I have 7 ones. So this decimal point gives us place value. So this is my tens place value. This is my tens place value, and this is my ones place value. So it's just the same way as if we're reading numbers. We have the ones and the tens. But the dollar sign, so that to write it correctly with a dollar sign, just remember there's your dollar, that goes first, then your decimal place, your tens, and your ones. All right, so that's how we're going to be able to write it correctly, and so that's our target for today. I need you to get out Math Journal, page 238 and 239, okay? 238 is the goodbyes poster. We've had these in class before, where there are items for sale and it shows how much they are. But let's look over our poster carefully and see how some of the money is written on the poster. So let's look in the fruit group. Do they have dollars and cents written 2 different ways in that group? They sure do. They have the cent sign for plums. And at the very end, it says LB. Do you remember what that means? Yeah, good job. Pound. So plums are 69 cents a pound. And you gotta be real careful with when you buy things by the pound, because it's not saying that there are 3 plums for 69 cents. You have to weigh the plums, and you are paying 69 cents per pound of what you buy. The oranges were that way and the bananas that way, but then the watermelon itself, it said it was $2.99 each. So you could buy a whole watermelon for $2.99. Okay, so let's look at the meat and protein group. Was there anything sold by the pound in that group? Good job. These 2 items right here, ground beef and lunch meat. So it was the lunch meat, you could buy it by the pound, or you can buy a package of it. And the rest of the items were written for what you buy them for each item. Look at the beans. There is 2, and then there's a little line beside it. And it's got, it's the 2/ and it's 89 cents. What do you think that means? Good job. You can buy 2 cans of beans, and for those 2 cans that you buy, it's going to only cost you 89 cents. So good job. All right, I think everything else is what we've talked about. We have 6 groups: the vegetables, the milk, the grains, and the other group. So go down to the other group and look at the ketchup bottle. Does anybody remember what the OZ stands for? Good job. It's ounces. So we have that written on certain items. We have that for the beans, the almond butter, the tuna. Where else do you see it? Good job. On the American cheese. We have it on the loaf of bread, the hamburger buns, and the jelly and the mayonnaise. Yep. So those are the units that we were looking at before the break. We talked about pounds and ounces, but it's good that they put it on the poster for us to see it. And some of the items that you buy are going to be based off how many pounds it weighs before you buy it. So it's important that you know that is price per pound. All right. So before we do this page, we're going to do some practices. So I am going to get out my slate, and we are going to work on some practices before we do our page. All right, so after looking at our Good Buys poster, let's practice some items to buy before we go to our page. All right, let's say we wanted to buy cheese. No, let's not start with cheese. Let's start with, what's that? Oh, you do want to start with some crackers. Okay, so how much are the crackers? I'll write it down. You don't have to write this down. You can just have a scratch piece of paper and just write down the total. It costs how much? Good job. 69 cents for a box of crackers. So I'm going to draw me a line in the middle, and I'm going to pay 2 ways. All right, so we have crackers for 69 cents, and we're going to show 2 ways that we can buy these crackers. All right, we're going to start with our large coins first, and we'll count them as we go. I know a quarter is worth 25 cents, and 2 quarters together gives me 50 cents. I need to come up with 69 cents. So 50 plus a dime, that gives me 60 cents, plus a nickel gives me 65 cents, and a penny, a penny, a penny, a penny, each gives me 1 cent each, with a grand total of 69 cents. Good job. All right, what's another way that I could have paid for those crackers? Okay, some of you may have said dime, dime, dime. I have a total of 6 dimes, and then I would have a nickel with penny, 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 penny. Good job. So those are the 2 different ways we can do that. All right, let's pick another item. Now let's do the cheese. And how much does the cheese cost? It costs $1.49. Okay, make sure that when you get ready to write dollars and cents, that when you're using the dollar sign, you have to use the decimal place with it. All right, so we're going to write it two different ways. What would be the first thing I would do for $1.49? Good job. I would have a dollar bill. And for 49 cents, I could go dime, 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 dime. Then I could do a nickel, so that's 45. Penny, 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 penny. So $1, 40 cents plus 5 cents, $1.45, 46, 47, 48, 49. Good job. What's another way I could do it? I could have another dollar. All right. I could have a quarter, that's 25 cents. So 25 plus a dime gives me 35, plus another dime, 45, plus penny, penny, penny. That's $1.49. Good job. All right, let's do one more. What if I had a pack of meat? So and it is $1.39. All right, I want you to show me two ways that you can do it on your own. So pause the video and show me your two ways. Okay, so now that we're back, these are two ways Miss Foster used it. Let's check and see if you had any of these answers. Did you happen to have the dollar bill with, so a dollar, 10, 20, 30, 5, 36, 37, 38, 39 cents? That would be $1.39. 4 quarters is $1, plus another quarter is $1.25, plus a dime, which is $1.35, 36, 37, 38, 39. So that would be $1.39. Or I could have written it 139 cents, 139 cents. Once you get over a dollar, it is easier for you to say it and write it with the dollar signs, but you still can write it with your cent sign if you want to. There are multiple other ways that you could have written $1.39. These are just two ways that Miss Foster wrote it. And so that was just our practice before we get into our book. So now I want you to look at Math Journal, page 239. I've already prepped the page for us because I want to make sure that we do what the directions are asking of us. So we are going to write the cost of an item. So after our poster, we're going to write the cost. We're going to write it correctly. And we're going to find two ways to pay for it with exact change, just like our practices. We're going to use quarter, dimes, nickel, pennies, and the dollar bill sign. And the example that they gave us, it says buy 1 pound of bananas. The cost is 59 cents. So notice they wrote it correctly. And here's how they paid for it. 59 cents. Quarter, which is 50. Nickel, which is 55. 56, 57, 58, 59. 59 cents is one way. Another way you could have written is dime, 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 dime. That's 5 dimes plus a nickel and 4 pennies, 55, 56, 57, 58, 59. So those are the two ways that they bought their bananas. All right, so number 1 says you buy a can of chunk-like tuna. How much is the chunk-like tuna? Good job. It is 69 cents, so make sure you are writing that correctly, 69 cents. And how are we going to pay for it? All right, y'all want to start with quarters, okay? So quarter, that's 50, plus a dime is 60, plus a nickel is 65, and then a penny, 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 penny. That is 69 cents. Or what's another way I could have written 69 cents? Good job. Some of you like to do dimes. So I would have 6 dimes. There's my 6 dimes. I would have 1 nickel, which makes it 65. And then I would have 4 pennies. All right. So I'm going to let you finish the page. I'm going to let you finish numbers 2, 3, and 4. You get to choose what you're buying on 3 and 4, sort of like what we did with our practices. And so I need you to make sure that you write it correctly and you pay for it 2 different ways. And make sure you do your counts, and then have your home teacher check your work to make sure that it's correct. But this is kind of a review page. We've worked with money all year. Well, since Christmas, I should say. Ms. Foster's really been working with you with your money, showing your coins on our daily math routine. So this should have been an easy page for you. So that is your math lesson. Finish this page, and that was all we have to do for today. All right, before we finish out, let's go back over our math target for 9.8. I can solve word problems using dollar bills, quarters, dimes, nickels, and pennies, and I can write the unit of money correctly. Remember, you can use it, you can write numbers in cents. Make sure your cent sign always comes to the end. And whenever you use the dollar sign, you have to put your dollar with a decimal place. This little dot right here separates your dollars and your coins. So that is our target for today. You're going to be finishing your page and making sure that you have solved your word problems and you are using either your dollar bills or your change, and you are writing it correctly. All right.